All right, and we're live. I got the UFC Fight Pass Invitational. I'm going to be um, commenting, commentating on the competition first, and then I'm going to commentate the co-main event and the main event. We got um, we got Nicky Rod versus Gordon Ryan, and we got Bia Mesquita versus Misha Tate. So that should be some interesting matches. Right now, we're watching Haisam Rita versus Patrick Gaudio, and so far, if I'm being honest, it is a snooze fest. They were penalized for fighting in the standing position, and they forced the action to the ground. So that's interesting. Patrick Gaudio going for a Nogi Barambolo here into the headquarters position. Haisam Rita has an interesting underhook on the um, inside leg here in the headquarters position. And Haisam Rita transitions to a X guard, grabbing both ankles. This is almost a guaranteed sweep, but Patrick Gaudio gets out of it. But Patrick Gaudio concedes bottom position here against Haisam Rita anyway. Based on how these two guys are interacting, I am not 100% sure of the rules, but um, it looks like there are no traditional jiu-jitsu points involved because in jiu-jitsu points tournaments, they fight to the death for the sweep game. So if you concede bottom position, triangle attempt here from Patrick Gaudio. Haisam Rita is trying to do an escape where he throws his legs over. This is getting deeper from Patrick Gaudio, but I don't know. This is starting to look tight. And he's going to tap, and he tapped. Wow. Patrick Gaudio finishes Haisam Rita with a triangle choke here. That's pretty amazing. You know, it was a slow-paced match, but Patrick Gaudio takes out one of the favorites of the tournament here with a triangle choke. It's interesting too. He had to transition to mount to finish it, and then re-locked it up in the change of the position. So good stuff. Good to see jiu-jitsu on UFC Fight Pass as well. Jiu-jitsu continues to rise and grow as a sport, and being in the UFC is the biggest possible stage in all of combat sports. They're showing the entry here now. Interesting entry. I have to watch this again. It was one of those entries where you go for the triangle even though the other guy's arm is still in the triangle, but just by the nature of locking your legs in the triangle setup or the trap triangle, where you don't have it fully locked up yet, um, really creates a lot of problems for the guy. And yeah, wow, he finishes him in the triangle there. Grabs the top of his foot. A lot of times you're warned not to grab the top of your foot in a triangle for fear that you might toe hold yourself and break your own foot when you're in the triangle. But Patrick Gaudio grabs his own foot anyway. His foot seems fine, and he disobeyed that like traditional rule of um, finishing a triangle. And that's one of those rules too that people like implement because when you're in the chaos of the fight, when you are like so adrenaline and into the absolute insanity of whatever's going on, um,
ladies and gentlemen, our next
you're not
match is
thinking
an absolute
clearly,
tournament.
and you could potentially hurt yourself in a situation like that. I guess they're doing a some sort of interesting. Okay, I thought the guy Pat Shagalaki was a woman. The guy looks like he's a hefty, overweight woman. Interesting.
The heel hook, and he moves pretty well. But Mason Fowler, no stranger to the big stage. We've seen him at ADCC multiple times. We've seen him, again, one of the most accomplished grapplers in the sport. But this is all new for Pat.
All right, we got Mason Fowler versus Pat Shagaholi. Um, YouTube's messaging me about ways that I can make my chat safer. Mason Fowler with the pass to north south here. Mason Fowler is definitely going to be the favorite for this this match against Pat Shagaholi. I just like saying the person's name, Pat Shagaholi.
Fowler, the 2020 UFC Fight Pass fighter of
Mason Fowler still in north south here. This is my first time working with UFC Fight Pass, so just figuring out how to use it. Apparently, there's another event going on. I think it's wrestling. But let's see what Mason Fowler is going to do here in north south. You sort of want to start isolating an arm or go for a north south choke. Um, north south is one of the most difficult positions to escape from. Mason Fowler looking to dig under and isolate an arm here, but is having a little bit of trouble. Pat Shagahali keeping their arms nice and tight. And it looks like there's a chink in the armor where Mason sort of has an arm isolated better. Let's see if he could hold on to it. Things are very translucent. No gi. You could have something kind of tight, and then it turns into nothing. All right. Having a little bit of a technical difficulty here with the fight pass. I'm going to try to end it and get it back up. I will see you guys in a second.